Hey guys, Alex here from Strong Style Studios doing my first ever solo review on this channel. I'm your Strong Style Studios champion, and today we're here with the ROH Best in the World 2013 pay-per-view review. This pay-per-view is taking place back in June. We're just really behind on reviewing stuff because we're lazy. First match on the card was Michael Bennett taking on BJ Whitmer. This was really just a nothing special match. It was fine, but like it didn't really get the crowd going. It didn't get them hot and everything, and it was just a typical Mike Bennett match. Fine for what was there, but just nothing really special. I give it 2 stars. What followed was the American Wolves taking on Adrenaline Rush, ACH and Tadarius Thomas. This was a fantastic match. Really enjoyed this match. Really fast-paced action. Picked up very nicely at the end. The finishing stretch of this match was really great. The only thing I really didn't like was the actual finish, which was Dave Richards getting the knees up when the ACH went for a 450 at the top, and then just rolling him up. I thought that was very reminiscent of his match with Paul London back in Border Wars, where he put his knees up and rolled him up. I thought it was kind of cheap finish. But yeah, this match was great. This really put over Adrenaline Rush as a future top tag team in the business, and really great match. I give it 3 3/4. I really love this match. Next up, we had Adam Cole taking on Roderick Strong in a rematch from their match in Texas, I believe it was. These guys had a pretty good match, just really good technical wrestling. These guys worked very well. They built up rather nicely to a hot finish, I thought. The one thing I did like, it was like they did a count-out finish where Adam Cole super kicked Roderick Strong off the apron, and he fell through the timekeeper's taper, I think it was, and got counted out. I thought that was a nice job to keep kind of like Adam Cole looking like he's not following the code of honor kind of thing, kind of teasing a heel turn still. I thought it was very nice, and it was an effective use of a count-out finish, I thought. I give it 3 1/4. Next up, we had the match of the night, which was Tommaso Ciampa facing Michael Elgin. These two guys just went out there and beat the shit out of each other. I mean, Tommaso Ciampa looked like a star here, and he really showed how much better he's improved over the in time he was off on injury. Really great stuff. Michael Elgin continues to be probably the best worker in ROH right now. Just phenomenal. I really cannot recommend this match high enough. This match alone is worth going to see. Yeah, and really like the finish too. It just really put over both guys big time, and was a nice job of making Ciampa look strong while at the same time losing the match. I give it 4 stars. Great match. We came back to intermission with Matt Taven defending the television title against Jay Lethal and Jimmy Jacobs. This was a fun match. I thought Taven looked really good here. Probably one of the fewer matches where he actually looked like a real good competitor too. Lethal and Jimmy worked very well together as well, and they had some fun spots here. One really cool spot where Taven did a dive over the top rope and crashed into Jimmy, I think, and landed in the crowd. That was on his feet. That was really cool. Fun match, but I just really didn't like the finish where it got overbooked with the Hoopla Hotties and True Martini getting involved, and then just Taven stole one again. I'm not a fan of that, and I think it makes Taven look kind of weak. But it was a fun match for what it was. I'll give it 3 stars. Next up, we probably had the worst match tonight, or one of them anyway. We had reDRagon defending against CNC Wrestle Factory, taking on the team of Rhett, Titus, and Cliff Compton. This match was going along really nicely. CNC were really doing great. reDRagon was looking good, and Scum was just kind of being in the match, not really being involved that much, and just kind of just getting the heat. And then they were picking up again, and then suddenly the match just ended with a kick to the face by Bobby Fish to Caprice Coleman, I think it was. Or no, Cedric Alexander. Yeah, just out of nowhere finish. Really got no time to build to this match. Just really disappointing. I would much rather have had reDRagon taking on CNC Wrestle Factory on their own. That probably would have been a ton better. But for what was there, I'll give it 2 stars. I think maybe 2.5. I don't know. It just really disappointing match. Next up, we had Kevin Steen taking on Matt Hardy. This match ended up being a no disqualification match because Kevin Steen has Nigel, who was at ringside at the announce table, so that they made a no DQ. This was fun. Probably one of the better matches in ROH. It just was a nice little brawl. Steen worked over Hardy nicely, had some fun with the crowd. Scum got involved, obviously, and they did the whole thing where Kevin Steen's kind of fighting by himself, and Scum, or the ROH locker room, not coming out to help Steen despite the Scum attacking him. Finish was really nicely done with like Hardy hit a very nice like twist of fate on the chair, which has a nice impact to it. Decent match to give Hardy a win going into the title match that was on the television tapings the next night. I'll give it 3 stars. Then we had the main event, which was Jay Briscoe defending against Mark Briscoe for the world title. This was a fun match between the two. I think that was about all you can say. It was a nice fight. They had a nice brawl aspect to it and going back and forth. The one thing I will say though is like they also did a nice job of like kind of showing how they were familiar with each other. Like they counter each other's moves and they block their signature moves and stuff. And they had some really nice bumps, like Mark taking a big like just like getting thrown up the top of the floor. That was really scary, and then doing an elbow to the table. Finish was really nice too and put over Mark nicely. They had a few good near falls and the crowd really got into it in the final few minutes. But it just really didn't hit that next level. It just never really hit that moment of like, oh my god, this is awesome. It just felt kind of standard main event. And that's just kind of been the story of Jay Briscoe's title run in ROH, is that all these matches are good, but just don't really hit that next level. And that's really a shame, but at the end of the day, it was still a fun show and a fun main event to end it. I'll give it a 3.5. All in all, best in the world. This is probably the worst ROH IPPV this year. And it's not really a bad show. It doesn't really have that big match aside from Michael Elgin and Ciampa. The rest of the card is just kind of average and doesn't really hit that big blow-away moments. It's worth seeing, I think, but really not one that you need to really rush out of your way to see unless you're a big fan of the Briscoes feud or you really want to see a match on this card. All in all, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. A good show, but at the end of the day, nothing really great. Well, that's it for now, guys. Take care, and thank you for watching. Bye.